EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Carolina Panthers. Here's the kicker, Zane Gonzalez, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lambeau. On the return, it's Taylor. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. Breaks through the contact. And it's a Packers touchdown. Aaron Jones, 68 yards. And the Packers on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Amir Abdullah going to take it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Newton now to throw. They'll run the screen with Hubbard. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
He was taken down at the 50-yard line. A gain of 14. And the Panthers still.
From the 50, Newton. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. From the gun, here's Newton. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Newton. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
On play action, Newton. Buying time to his left. Cam wisely hitting the deck at the end as he slides and has the first as well. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Newton to throw. Escaping the pressure right. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to have it here just past the 25. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 26-yard line.
Running the toss here to Dillon. Fighting through. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Broken tackle. Jones breaking from the contact. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. And here's Jones again on 2nd down. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And they move this all the way down to the 9. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now Jones. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Now Rodgers. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Here's Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Crosby with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's a run by Hubbard. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Caught by Jones. And he's got room. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play there on the screen pass. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Now a play fake. Rodgers. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. To throw is Rodgers, and he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Extra point up and good. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And the Packers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Open man, Amari Rodgers complete. And able to rip rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something to. That is caught by a diving Thomas. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. 2nd and 11. Here's Newton. Flush to his right. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Dean Lowry just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Now Newton. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. You got to keep pounding away.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Check, 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 check. 47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 14. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over. Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Second down, another chance for Hubbard. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. They fake the give. Newton on the move to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they've brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down. Now it's Newton. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Second and 11 now. Try to get to the outside. This is McCaffrey. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Back to throw, Newton. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Well, I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He hits Adams, complete. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, 70 yards. And the Packers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Crosby on now to kick it away. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
Here we go. Here we go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it? And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Kevin King with a pick. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation point, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen, I go with what you say, my man.
On 2nd down, Dillon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You talking about the little guy back
Tiny.
there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
51's the mic.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Showed a good move, but quickly corralled just beyond the 10-yard line. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Newton. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. This is screen to Abdullah. And he will get the 1st down as he's up to the 20-yard line.
Single, single slot. That's the way.
To the air again, Newton. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He's going to look deep for Moore. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Mike 51, Mike 51. You ain't...
Play action. It's Newton. Flushed out right. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Rasul Douglas picks it. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
Derek Brown
Able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. Rodgers throwing here. Forced out to his left. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to it, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Justin Burris.
And the Panthers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Oh, he dropped.